Hello everybody, Caden here today with another episode of Wildlife Park, and today we're taking a bit of a deviation from what the plan was, and today we're, instead of doing an elephant exhibit, doing a platypus exhibit. Now if you look behind what I'm building here, you can see some stuff back there where I said the elephant exhibit was going, and that was an attempt, and none of that will be there by the next video because I realized I need to do more planning and research before I build that exhibit. I don't want to just do what I usually do, which is just kind of jump in and with a loose idea and just go from there. I want to do a bit more research because I feel like that's a big exhibit and I really want to kind of get it right. So yeah, anyway, the elephants are going to be this episode, but I think platypus is a cool animal to pick instead. My gosh, the ones in this mod are absolutely adorable. I love them so much. But anyway, as for the exhibit, I decided to go with this kind of I guess maybe a pond, I guess. I mean, I know they technically live in rivers, but you know, it's just like kind of like this. It kind of reminds me a lot of otter exhibits I've seen. Although to be honest, this is probably a massive exhibit for what the animal is. They probably wouldn't have an exhibit this big in real life. But I decided basically to make something based off like otter exhibits I've seen. So it's kind of like this small body, or this main body of water in the center of the exhibit, small outlying landform on the sides surrounded by a rock wall, because I figured that would kind of work. One of the big problems I had when designing this is I didn't really decide how deep the water was supposed to be right off the bat, and I kind of regret not doing that because I kind of ended up with this position where the height of the water kept rising, and then I realized, wait, the water's gonna be way too high now, so then I had to dramatically drop it, which, I don't know, it turned out interestingly. I think the exhibit overall turned out really well. I might have to take the trees I end up using later for this and putting them in the tapir exhibit to kind of make the tapir exhibit look a bit better. But overall, I mean, I think this turns out pretty well. We don't do too much landscape shifting here. Also, as you can see, I've got a bit of mossy rock there. That was originally meant to be where the water line was. So I was like, oh, it'll make sense. The moss is right next to the water. But no, I decided to put that above the water because, putting the water up that high was kind of ridiculous in my opinion. We're doing a basic rock wall, like you guys have seen me do a billion times now. I mean, I do a rock wall like every single video, don't I? Or most videos, but I mean that's just because it's my thing. It's like my style of building, I guess, isn't it? Rock walls and exhibits. Anyway, yeah. So it's just basic rock wall around to keep them from getting out. I think I may have gone a little bit overboard. I think I could have definitely lowered the height of it and just put in like some slabs and stuff to kind of keep them from getting out. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, this still looked pretty good. I quite liked how it came out. It has this very kind of like secret kind of like cave or alcove kind of look to it. Kind of like my Compy exhibit in my Dinos World. But I really liked it overall. Also had a lot of fun picking out plants for this one. In a lot of ways, it's basically plants I've taken just from other exhibits, but I think they came together really well for this one. Lots of nice color, lots of nice just variation of shape and plant type. I think it turned out really well overall. Pretty happy with it. This is also the only exhibit in the zoo so far where I've decided to do texturing with the rock and throw andesite and cobblestone in. That's mostly so I could throw some cobblestone slabs down, which you'll see me do in a minute or two, I think. Or a few seconds, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, sorry again for this being a rather small build overall. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to build up to some of the big ones, and I'm trying to get some more research and stuff done to get them ready. I also just didn't have time, I felt, to get the elephant exhibit done today because it was just going to take too long to research, find good reference images, and go from there. So I think the platypus worked out quite well, and man, I think once the plants come into the enclosure, it starts to get a lot better. Also, I think that is it algae? I think it's algae from Biomes of Plenty. So I finally got a underwater plant to work, which was awesome. I think it looks pretty good overall. Yeah, we throw in lots of lily pads as usual. I love my lily pads. I think they make water look a bit more interesting because it varies up the color of like big dry patches. Also, I couldn't figure out why the what are they, horsetails, cattails, whatever, wouldn't work. Apparently they need to be on dirt next to water, so I changed that up, and yeah, you can see me changing that here. But yeah, I mean, think it worked out pretty well. I used lots of, I think they're like fan palms and agave. I know agave isn't an Australian plant. I think it's agave? I think agave is an exclusively New World plant. Yeah, I think it is, because I think it's just basically like the Sonoran desert, isn't it? Whereas I think it's aloe that's Middle East. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. People feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But anyway, yeah, like I like how this looks. We got lots of little flowers and grass types and plants, and I think it just has this really awesome like overall feel. And then I decided to use these custom trees. Now, I get rid of this design. I don't remember whose design this is. This is not an original design by me. This is somebody else's design. I cannot for the life of me remember who they are, who came up with it. But yeah, it's a really nice little tree design. Works well. I've used it before, I think even on dinos. It's just a simple tree. I think the Adaphosaurus exhibit has these trees for sure. But yeah, I think it looks good overall. It definitely fits in. I've also realized though now that the pangolin exhibit and the platypus exhibit are both facing the exact same direction. I think I need a diagonal exhibit. I really do, don't I? Yeah, I gotta get one. I don't know what I want to do for that. I'll have to figure that out. I do put a second tree in because, oh, I think right now I'm building something we'll be able to see till the tour of the exhibit, but I'm building a little burrow for the platypus to live in. And then a bit more rock, and now I put in the second tree, which is basically just the same thing. But yeah, that's about all I have. So yeah, I will catch back up with you guys on the tour. Alright guys, we're back, and as you can see, this is our little platypus exhibit up close. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's an interesting exhibit. It's kind of weird considering what we've been doing, I guess, but I don't know. It's cool. Kind of like the tapir exhibit. It's just a weird little build I decided to do. And I think it turned out really well, in all honesty. I like the mix of colors I used. I like how all the plants came together. I actually have some underwater plants that are working, which is quite frankly amazing. And the platypus model is absolutely freaking adorable, and I love it so much. Only problem I have right now is that the glass is kind of breaking the water in certain places, but other than that, it's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool indeed. And I think just the plants came together really well and kind of give it this very tropical, dense kind of look. Maybe not as many plants as I could have put in, but whatever, you know. I also did manage to get a burrow in here. I don't know if that's going to show up well in the time lapse, but yeah, put a little riverside burrow for the platypus, so that way they have somewhere to live. Honestly, their model is so adorable. I can't even, it's too cute. Oh man, they're amazing. They're actually amazing. Now I guess, thinking about it now, I might have to remove this rock because I'm gonna guess this is probably gonna have to connect up to like the tapir exhibit over here somehow. I don't really know exactly how I'm gonna do that, but I'll figure it out. Also, these trees, I'm sure I mentioned this in the time lapse, but these aren't my design. I did not come up with a design for these trees. I don't remember what YouTuber did, in all honesty. I feel bad about that, but I don't remember. But yeah, they're very cool looking. They're very simple to do, and yeah, I think they give the right kind of feel I wanted for this exhibit overall. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Yeah, I kept changing in my mind how high I wanted the river to be, because like this mossy cobble was this level layer here was kind of originally supposed to be underwater, but then I decided not to because I don't know, in all honesty. But yeah, anyway, I know this isn't the elephant exhibit like I said I was gonna do. I just want a bit more time for that. So that should happen soon. Plus, I've wanted to do the platypus for a while as well, and it should connect the Outback exhibit we have right here up to the more tropical exhibits going this direction, which will be good, which will be very good. Anyway, make sure to leave comments for suggestions and all sorts of that kind of stuff for what we should do in the future, any builds you want to see, any exhibits. If you want to see a building or something being made, let me know down in the comments below, and yeah, we'll get that constructed hopefully in a few episodes. Ooh. No, don't hurt yourself. Too cute. Anyway, other than that, I don't really think I have anything else to go on, so thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and yeah, until next time, guys, see ya.